Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, how's it going?
So let me quickly just start off the slideshow first of all.
So this talk is all about Web3 Auth, how you can use Web3 Auth in your application and win up to $10,000 this weekend. So first of all, my first question is, how was your first dApp experience like? For me, it was not very intuitive, to be very honest. It was like I opened up MetaMask, I had to learn how to create a seed phrase, and I had to like download that extension and do all sorts of stuff just to access. I guess I was trying to see OpenSea and just trying to see what NFTs are like, and that was a pretty bad experience for me. So most of the people who start off with Web3 is like they have this kind of an experience, right? You have to enter an application. Oh, you can come in, please. Yeah. And they have to understand what is a Web3 wallet. They have to install a mobile extensions and all sorts of stuff. The same problem that I faced. And they just drop off because it's not a great user experience. People will just want seamless logins as they have in Web2, right? So the Web3 experience should be as simple as how Web2 has figured it out. Just click Google login or whatever, and just start using the application, right? So it should not be complex. And the major reason because of this is people are not aware about handling their keys. They just lose their keys very often. And just a single factor it is, right? Seed phrase, if you lose it, if you have written it on a piece of paper, you're gone. If you write it on some Google Doc or something, you're hacked and you're gone. So even 3.6 million BTC is lost. Think about 100K BTC at this point, $36 million. Sorry, 3.6 billion dollars it is. So it's a lot of money that has been lost in this. So what users are familiar with? As I mentioned, just get into the application, one-click Google login, and start using the application. It can be Facebook, it can be email passwordless, it can be passkeys, these kind of things. And that is where Web3 Auth comes in to help this adoption particularly. So the major part of Web3 Auth is these seamless logins are done using a non-custodial management. Like if you're using Binance or some other application, you are technically not owning the account. The account is owned by Binance, and that's what happened with FTX and their hack as well. Not technically a hack, it was a scam, right? Because they took your money and went away. This cannot happen with a non-custodial key management service. And that is where Web3 Auth enables the same experience inside of your dApp in the same way what you might log in into Binance or somewhere else. So it is compatible with all the authentication methods. You can spin up your own, you can use Google, Auth0, Firebase, anything. And it is globally scalable as well. Everywhere you get the same high-speed networks and same logins. Basically, we can be totally hidden as well. So how this works, let's go through that. So when a person comes in into your application, they trigger a simple login. We have demonstrated Auth0 over here. And the login provider like Google, Facebook, anything, they can be used instead of Auth0 as well, and they just provide the details. It's generally OAuth2, which means they will give you an ID token. This ID token is given to the Web3 Auth SDK, which in turn goes to our Auth network, which is powered by MPC. So what it means is your key is distributed into multiple parts across the node network, which is actually shown over here. So you can see there are 6 nodes. Technically, you need 6 nodes. There are multiple nodes hosted across the globe, and you need these to give you one part of the share. The other part of the share is stored in the user's device, or maybe a two-factor authentication like SMS, OTP, or authenticator and things like that. And it in turn gives you the private key or the signature, because the private key is always distributed. And these signatures can be used inside of the applications directly to make a transaction, as simple as that. So all of these things are happening, but the user won't even think about it. For the user, it's a one-click Google login, and that's it. And right now, we have 21 million plus monthly users using this all the time. And we support all the chains, and definitely the Ethereum ecosystem very, very special to us. And we support all the logins and all the platforms as well. You can use it everywhere. So I'm just demonstrating Web3 Auth really quickly. So I'm going to our documentation and I'm just trying out our demo really quick. So this is the Web3 Auth demo. And I'll just go and click on Google login. I hope this works because the internet is very bad. So, okay, this is working. I have clicked on Google login. And next, basically, after this, what happens here is, I'll get an account. You can see my account is displayed over here. I can copy my address. I open up a UI. I can see my NFTs or activity or whatever in this particular account. I can on-ramp things. I can literally do whatever I want in just a moment. And I can even mint an NFT and do all sorts of transactions without even knowing I am on the blockchain. So this is the special thing about Web3 Auth that you won't even notice it's here, and you will be able to do things. Thanks a lot for joining in. If you have any questions, just let me know about it. And let me go to the main thing, what you are here for, what you can do with Web3 Auth this weekend. So we are giving out prizes worth $10,000, and these are spread across all our different SDKs. So first thing, I'll go into our Web3 Auth plug-and-play SDK. This is what you notice over here in this demo. So basically, everything is built from us for you in our plug-and-play SDK. So one-click Google login, Facebook login, whatever, everything is built up. And if you just integrate this SDK, and obviously if you integrate more aspects of it, like custom authentication, I'll go to the documentation and show you. All the links are here, actually. So I can quick start. Inside of this, it's a basic application built, and you can just directly clone it in your local as well using this command. Or you can just try out a preview right here. Right? All of these things are made for you. And you can utilize this SDK in your application, and you don't have to configure a lot of things by default. If you configure something like custom authentication or add things like wallet UI, on-ramp, interoperability, it will be extra points for you for winning this prize. Next comes our mobile SDKs, right? So mobile SDKs we have under plug and play. You can just select Android, iOS, React Native, whatever. Or you can also go into single factor auth, which is a higher value price, particularly over here. And you can select React Native or any other SDK for that matter and utilize it. So a basic integration can be created easily using the quick starts. And if you want to deep dive into it, we have SDK references mentioned as well. So you can just directly go to the SDK reference, click on it, and just look at the different things this SDK has to provide to you, right? So it will be as simple as like just adding in the basic SDK and adding in all the features like wallet services we mentioned about it, wallet UI, and interoperability with Wallet Connect and things like that. And there's a very special thing about single factor auth is you can pre-generate the wallet before even the user logs in. So if you use that feature, we have mentioned it here, you'll get extra points for that. Next comes our single factor auth SDK in web. We were talking about all of these things on mobile. And in web, we have the same things you can try out. And you can even try out our passkey plugin. That is one of the major features we are trying to test as well as help you integrate over here. So the same thing, you can win up to $2,000. And you can just start off with a quick start. Or if you want to deep dive, you can go to the SDK reference and try out different things. Now comes a very special SDK we have recently revealed is our native account abstraction. So with a few lines of code right here, if you can see, I can easily enable, I have to go to React Native over here. So it's supported across React Native and the web SDKs, account abstraction SDK particularly. So you can easily abstract away all the different things, all the complex things about account abstraction. You can literally just define your particular smart contract provider, maybe Safe, Biconomy, and all of these. We have mentioned the particulars as well, Safe, Kernel, Biconomy, and Trust. And with a one simple bundler config, you can configure your smart contract wallet on top of Web3 Auth as well. You can also participate in the Biconomy prize and all other prizes directly through this. So if you use the native account abstraction from Web3 Auth, which all the links we have provided, and test out the whole flow in your application, how it works and stuff like that, let us know your experience and utilize it on prod. We will be happy to give you up to $2,500 over here. And finally, mini apps. Telegram mini apps are on the hype right now. I can see multiple people already building it. And we have also introduced WorldCoin and Farcaster mini apps for this hackathon. So you can partner up with WorldCoin and Farcaster for their application and build a mini app on top of Web3 Auth to win this particular prize. We already have guides for client-side setup and server-side setup for Telegram mini apps. And the experience is quite smooth, actually. You just click on Telegram, open the mini app, and it will automatically log you in through the single-factor auth SDK, what we have. So the guides are here. You can try it out. And you can just set up Web3 auth, basically. So if you build a Telegram mini app, you're not just qualified for this price. You're also qualified for the single-factor auth SDK price. If you build native account abstraction, you're not just qualified for this one. You're also qualified for single-factor auth and maybe plug and play or maybe mobile as well. So there are multiple combinations that you can do, and you can win a lot of prizes over here from Web3 Auth. And you can just simplify the whole onboarding experience. The main thing we are looking at is the UX of the application and how it works well and ties up with your whole application ecosystem that you have built. So that is the major thing we are thinking about, and we cannot see, we wait to see what are the things you have built over this weekend. So you can just scan this QR code. All the details I have mentioned will be over here, and you can connect with us. We are there at our booth, right literally in front of the entrance. You can just see our booth from there. And we are over here on the weekend. At least one of the team members will be present all the time. So just hit us up anytime. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, happy to answer that. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, yeah. Okay, sure. So passkeys integration, I can actually show you a demo as well for that. You can just go here and look at the single factor auth. And if you see over here, if I have a passkey, okay, I have to unlock a few things to get my passkey. I don't have a passkey on this particular system. So I'll log in. I'll create a passkey right now. So I'm logging in using Google, and what happens over here is there's a simple passkey plugin. Let me open up the documentation and show you. Sorry. So this is particularly enabled by our single factor auth SDK. So if you just install this passkey plugin and just add this passkey plugin directly, you can easily integrate it. Literally copy paste this code and it should work. I'll deep dive into it if you want later on as well. But I can just quickly register a passkey right here itself. I think I have to unlock this. Just a moment. And I'll save a passkey right now. Actually, I want to select something else. Just a moment. Okay, so passkey is saved. And I can even save a passkey over here with my browser. And instantly, I can log in the next time using this passkey. So see, the passkey is right now saved. You can just see it popped up. And if I log out and I click on have a passkey and I sign in. Okay, sorry. Okay, I guess there are two different things conflicting with each other. I should have to remove this once. Okay, now this will work because basically what was happening is my system as well as OnePass were conflicting. As soon as I do that, one more is registered. It was detecting as iCloud, but basically OnePass was coming in. And now I log out. I can log in using this passkey right now. So yeah, it was as simple as that. So basically this will happen and you can utilize it inside of your application with like Basically 4 lines of code. That's what Web3 Auth is all about. Everything 4 lines of code. So you can just quickly add this plugin. Just add your RP ID, means your whatever ID you're associating with it. So any email or any kind of unique user ID and your app name. That's it. So that you can just quickly add a username over here, and that's it. The RP ID basically is your app whatever .xyz, and username is basically your unique user ID. That's all you need to do, and click on login with the passkey. So that's how it'll work. Thanks. Any other questions? I guess not. So thanks a lot for attending it. And okay, you have another question, I see. Yeah.
Do passkeys work with React Native for you, for your platform?
So passkeys currently are supported only for browser. It's not supported for React Native. The single factor.js SDK works on the browser, and you can directly use it over there.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot for attending. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.